Howdy, folks, and welcome. Creepy Kentuckian here with you again from DEADPIT.com. Today, we're looking at a slice of Italian cheese from 1977. It's Yeti, giant of the 20th century. This one came out recently from Code Red / Kino Lorber, and is a movie that I had heard of, never seen before, and was eagerly anticipating because I heard that this is just a lot of fun. And I heard correctly. This is one of the craziest freaking movies. And, you know, in the history of Italian cinema, a lot of it at least, a lot of the stuff that I watch, the Italians are looking for what was successful, mainly in the United States, and trying their damnedest to copy it. And with this one, this is a movie directed by, I don't know if this was his real name, but Frank Kramer and Frank and Company in 1976, the King Kong remake, one of the very, very early remakes, and was like, how in the hell can we take advantage of this? We don't have all those special effects like the major motion picture companies, but we want to do something. So their idea was to make Yeti giant of the 20th century. So there's a group, young boy in fact, who is the son of a millionaire, discovers a giant Yeti frozen in ice. And of course, using blow dryers and various high-tech devices from 1977, they thaw the Yeti out and he comes back to life and is pissed off. And sort of like King Kong, but not quite, the Yeti falls in love with the underage daughter of the millionaire investor. And they have some scientists involved trying to study the Yeti. Yeah, there's people in there that don't have the Yeti's best interest. And the Yeti itself, it looks like the Geico caveman. He really does. Like, he's kind of like a very hairy biker. And he has the weirdest facial expressions in movie history, possibly. Especially when he's looking at the young girl, who he just absolutely, he has a Yeti Woody thinking about that girl, oddly enough. There's some, oh God, there's so much weird shit in this. For what it was, I mean, no budget movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's freaking hilarious in a lot of scenes. There's a scene where the Yeti receives oxygen, like the little tubes and stuff that goes in the nose there, and he's recuperating with oxygen, the Yeti is. And the Yeti is, you know, as much like King Kong, is gigantic. It's not like the, you know, the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot, which a lot of people, you know, just maybe 7 foot tall or whatever. No, this Yeti is gigantic. He is like above the treetops. There's a lot of hokey stuff with this. That particular family are friends of the Yeti. The Yeti is pissed off. He's wondering about, he's like, why is everybody so small? This is bullshit. And he has goofy, bizarre faces throughout the entire movie. There's a scene too where they're flying the Yeti in via helicopter, which makes zero sense considering how gigantic the Yeti is. All it is like this little box with a doll that is fell over in the box, and they're flying him in. There is a ton of hokey, like if you're a fan of B movies and just cheese, this one is one that you want to check out. I'm thinking this is the very first time it was on Blu-ray. I believe Code Red did do a DVD of this a few years ago. If you're wanting the taste of something a little bit cheesy, Yeti, the giant of the 20th century is for you. From 1977, in the footsteps of Jaws and Godzilla comes the Yeti. Now, this is in widescreen, 185:1 aspect ratio there. No extras on this aside from the theatrical trailer. This was an Italian film. Not really sure who Frank Kramer was. I don't think Frank Kramer was his real name. Could be wrong, but probably not. Nemo Creel who was the star of the movie, the freaking Yeti. Look at him there. He's on Facebook. I did see the Facebook profile, but it hadn't been updated in a while, so not 100% that he's still even around, but that would have been awesome to get an interview with him about this movie. That's it, guys. That's Yeti, Giant of the 20th Century. If this sounds like something you would enjoy, it's a very basic edition out there, but it's Yeti, Giant of the 20th Century on Blu-ray. You can get this one fairly cheap wherever you go. And it gets a very high recommendation for me. I had a lot of fun with it. So check it out and check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us a thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
For this video officially, it's Old Curly Jaws has a message for you. Go on over to shop.deadpit.com and go look at their Teen Public store right now. You got some new shirts like the Old Curly Jaws official t-shirt, which is brutal and badass. You got the Yummy Gummy shirt with the captain himself on the shirt. You got Uncle Bill's face on a fucking shirt. You got the Final Girl shirt. You got all these shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Get them before they're all out, especially the new one, Bedtime's in 39. It doesn't get better than that, so go on out. Check out these shirts at shop.deadpit.com. Go look at their Teen Public store. You're going to have a good old time. Get them all!
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.